What's up, guys and girls? In this video, I want to start making theories again. I miss making theories. I've just been explaining things in the series, very interesting topics. However, I want to get back into making theories as I do have a lot of ideas still in my brain that I want to get out. And in this video, I want to talk about if it's possible for the Blades of Exile and the Blade of Olympus to return. Before we get into it, I am giving a giveaway Steam gift card with enough money to buy God of War 2018. So if you're interested in having God of War on PC, please like the video, type in the comments, I want God of War on PC, and on April 20th, God of War 2018's anniversary, I will be picking a winner. Here are some of the answers from the previous trivia question. Thanks for trying to get it right. I'm trying to make these harder, but not too hard, but I'm glad you all are still getting it correct. This video trivia question is, in God of War 2018, if you actually go to a bridge you can find in a back door behind you, Atreus says, "Oh, I thought a troll would be here." Kratos replies, "You are not ready for trolls." However, this line was put in the game for a reason and is referencing something. What is that line about a troll being under the bridge referencing? Type your answers now, and at the end of the video, I will give you the answer, and if you get it right, you'll have a chance of being in tomorrow's video. With all that out the way, let's begin. The Blades of Exile and the Blade of Olympus are two of the most iconic weapons in God of War history. However, did you know that they're most likely still just sitting in Greece? Back in God of War 3, during the fight with Zeus hit Kratos with this spear attack, and it broke most of his weapons, including his wings. However, the two things that did survive the blast was the Blades of Exile and, of course, the Blade of Olympus. The Blades of Exile, you can actually see Kratos straight up discard. Once he brings up the power of hope inside of him, he takes both of the Blades of Exile and throws them both to the side. And then he attacks Zeus with his bare hands. The Blade of Olympus, however, after Kratos stabbed himself, he did get up and he just threw the Blade of Olympus on the ground, and it is also just sitting there on top of that little platform. So yes, the Blades of Exile and the Blade of Olympus are both sitting there. How cool would it be if these weapons would come back? But the question is, how and why would they come back? On the question of how can we actually get them, I did make a video about this, but I will repeat it, a little bit of it anyways. I'll link the full video at the end, but there is a way we can actually get to Greece. If you remember Tyr's story, Tyr traveled to different realms, including Greece, where Kratos was obviously born and where the old games took place. One of the biggest theories that is out right now is that the dwarf we saw in the God of War Ragnarok trailer is the one that actually took Tyr and assisted him going to all of these places. We think this because if you look at his workshop in the trailer, we actually see a lot of boat type equipment and equipment you would bring with you on a long voyage on a ship. And if you remember Tyr's mural, as we're going down to his treasure room, it shows his story, and he traveled to many mythologies, and some of them he actually has a boat present. Now, in my brain, it is definitely possible that Tyr might want to take us to other realms. How cool would it be if we can actually go to different mythologies that he actually went to? And I think a big thing would be Greece. I think Greece has a chance of coming up in this game, remembering the past. And if we do go there, even for a split second, I hope that we're able to get the Blade of Olympus or the Blades of Exile. Ragnarok will happen in the next game, maybe similar to God of War 2018, where Kratos had to go back and grab the Blades of Chaos in order to save his son because he had to go to Helheim and the Frost Leviathan axe would not work on those enemies. Maybe there is another enemy or another obstacle that we can't beat with normal means, that we don't have the equipment to destroy such an enemy. So perhaps Kratos tells Tyr he knows of a weapon that can actually bring down this creature, and he's like, but this weapon is extremely far in my old home. And Tyr says, we can get there, I know where you're from, because we all know that Tyr did visit Greece. So how cool would it be if he actually took us to get this weapon, and on our way to get the Blade of Olympus, Atreus spots the Blades of Exile. still just sitting there in the spot where Kratos discarded them. I think that in this new Greece world, the destruction had ended. The way Cory Barlog talks about Greece in the few interviews that he did, he does say in a way that they are still there. When Cory was talking about the power of hope and how Kratos gave the mortals the power of hope, how he freed them, he wasn't talking as if they no longer existed. He gave them the power of hope, which means that there are still survivors in the Greek world who have probably rebuilt. So in my mind, it would be so cool if Atreus sees the blades of exile and Kratos grabbing the blade of Olympus, and they come back, and that's when Kratos notices that Atreus had picked up his old blades that he used to destroy everything. I think on a level of symbolism that this will work absolutely perfectly. I think Kratos holding the blade of Olympus and Atreus finally getting a melee weapon, something I've been asking for a little while now, can bring on whole new meanings to what they actually were. For example, the Blades of Exile was used to destroy all of the Greek gods. Perhaps with Atreus, he uses those blades to become a good god, right? The power those blades have can be used to destroy, but they can probably be used to maybe avenge the giants who were destroyed, maybe to bring peace in the realms, giving the Blades of Exile a whole new meaning, and perhaps Atreus will give it a whole new name entirely. With the Blade of Olympus, it was used to destroy and defeat the Titans in the Great War. Now, maybe Kratos can use the Blade of Olympus as kind of a protector of the giant. Since, of course, his son is a giant, his wife is a giant, the Blade of Olympus could have a whole new meaning to it. I don't know, man. The thought of that makes me actually kind of shiver a bit. I think that the Blades of Exile and the Blades of Olympus can actually be different. On top of that, you all know how I feel about Atreus and the God of War series. I do wish that someday they can turn Atreus and have Atreus take a bigger role in the God of War world. I know people don't want to hear me say that, but I'm not saying take Kratos out the picture. I think that they should give Atreus more legs to stand on. There was never a moment in the entire God of War series where it was possible that a character can become just as important to the story as Kratos. It was always Kratos and his adversaries and that one moment he had with Deimos. But other than that Deimos part, there was never a character that can possibly be on par with Kratos in this world. And I think one way to win fans over is to maybe give him the Blades of Exile. One of my favorite weapons. I'm all for Atreus having the Blades of Exile, Kratos having the Blades of Chaos, Kratos also having the Leviathan Axe, and the Blade of Olympus. How fucking awesome would that be? And Atreus can actually put in the time and effort to use these blades for good, also following in his father's footsteps, since that seems to be what's going on here. But those are my thoughts on the Blade of Olympus and the Blades of Exile. What do you all think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you agree with this idea? The answer to the trivia question is the God of War 2016 demo that Cory Barlog used to show off God of War to the world. In the God of War 2016 reveal trailer, you see Kratos and Atreus go towards a bridge, and that's when a troll pops out. Kratos and Atreus fight the troll. However, Atreus was unable to kill the troll, accidentally shooting Kratos with an arrow. A narrative that obviously didn't make it into the game. And if you reach that same area in God of War 2018, Atreus mentions, "I thought there would be a troll there." And Kratos says, "You're not ready for trolls." Probably why they scrapped that moment, but I do like this little reference. Again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Check out my other videos on your screen right now. They're extremely interesting topics, and some are related to this topic. I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys and girls for listening. Deuces.